Hi, I'm Bob McKenney, Executive Director at the YMCA Allard Center in Goffstown, and we're glad to have you with us here today as we talk about our programming for active older adults, and actually all older adults. And as you may know, as we talked about before, in the last program we opened a new teen and senior center just about a year ago now, and so we've begun to program that over the last year, and a lot of it has just sort of happened in response to needs in the community, and some of our members' own sort of gifts and talents that they've brought forward to share with the community at large. And so today I've invited to join us Annalise LeBlanc, who is our Senior Program Director and Aquatics Director. Annalise oversees really everything that happens with active older adults down in the center, as well as our youth and teen programming down there. Have Katie Welch. Katie Welch is our Director of Healthy Living for the YMCA Allard Center, and all sorts of things healthy living, whether it's fitness or nutrition and wellness in general. That's Katie's area, that's her domain. And so I've asked them to come join us today to talk to you and talk with me a little bit about what's going on down there for the older active adults or seniors, depending on which term you want to use. And the center's open. We're just shifting now into fall mode after a little bit of a quieter summer. We haven't had as much programming over the summer as we normally do in the fall, but we really kick into high gear as camp moves out of the space a little bit, and as the older adults and as the teens move back in. Annalise, maybe you could just tell us a little bit about when the center is generally open down there and sort of what the atmosphere is like when you walk in there.
The center is open for active older adults Monday through Friday from 10 o'clock in the morning till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's a variety of drop-in activities that are one-offs where we have groups that are coming in, meeting and playing dominoes or other board games. We have open crafting time, so there's a variety of drop-in programs. Then there's additionally some paid programs that we have in there that are sign-up and, in advance to sign up, and then we offer those at that time. But there's coffee, there's tea. It's a pretty relaxed, casual atmosphere for seniors.
So people just can stop in. They can, if you're here for a workout or a class, or even if you just want to come over here for something to do, which a lot of people do, right?
Yep.
Just come in and they can hang out in the center, and they don't have to have any special skills or be there for a particular program.
You can walk in, can just relax, have some water, tea between workouts or classes or before a class. But there's no membership required. Just kind of stop in and
You mentioned free coffee.
Free coffee.
No charge for that coffee.
No charge.
Where can you go for free coffee anymore, right? You cannot get free coffee anywhere but the YMCA Allard Center.
Fresh free coffee.
Yeah, we had, in all seriousness, though, we had a member who was very generous who offered to pay for all the coffee in the center, and that's the sort of the kind of thing that goes on. People are just helping each other out and providing sort of that atmosphere and so forth. Katie, how do you connect in? How did you initially get involved with senior or older adult programs and activities here? Because you were one of the kind of the early adopters of this, even before the center was going. Just talk a little bit about how you got into it and kind of what your interest is with it.
Absolutely. When I started here as our group exercise coordinator, we had a lot of really robust older adult exercise classes, and we wanted to try to think of ways that we could engage the people in those classes outside of exercise classes. And so before the center was open, we set up a whole series of activities called senior socials, where people could come in and learn about a different topic or try a new skill that was separate from the exercise classes. And that really tied very well into a lot of the ideas we had for the center. Another one of the things that we started to do once the center was open was look at how we could take some of our older adults out of the facility and do active trips outside. So really not just looking inside of the walls, but also outside of the walls, and really thinking about the people we have here as a community. So that community still exists, whether we're doing activities in here or outside. So my role has really been to assist with a lot of the programs that we run in the center. I personally love crafts and gardening and a lot of arts and humanities activities, so it's very exciting to be able to integrate that into what we do here at the Y. And then certainly our field trips. We take older adults out on active field trips out in the community, hiking, walking, biking, and that's been very successful. So it's been great to be involved.
Yeah, and I think that's a great point you make when we think about the center, right, or the programming or activities we have for older adults. It's easy to sort of block it into just the center, but there's so much more. The center is just sort of like the gathering place, and kind of everything spills out from that in a way.
Yeah.
Even this summer, when things slowed down a little bit, it was great to see the folks out there playing pickleball. That group really has started up pickleball. Pickleball, I don't know if you know anything about pickleball. It has nothing to do with pickles. I don't know. Can you explain just a little bit about what pickleball is in general?
Sure. Sure. Pickleball is a combination of a tennis and racquetball. So it is a racket sport. I'd say it's a fun and engaging activity, but something that's for all levels. Less impact and maybe a little bit less intensity than racquetball or tennis. So it seems to be a really good fit for, again, people who are looking for a fun recreational activity. The pickleball classes that we offer have instructional components as well. So somebody could walk in who had no idea how to play pickleball and learn how to play it and then get involved in a game. So the people we have who've been coming to play are very excited about it and love to see new people be involved in it as well.
In fact, I think one of our first volunteers when we were opening up the center, she just sort of got that. She had a passion for pickleball, and just now it's spread, and they were on the outdoor. We sort of retooled our outdoor old tennis courts, basketball court, over for pickleball this summer, and that's been pretty popular. I think it's Wednesday nights. I see them moving over the hill into the backyard, and it's really great to see that activity inside, not just and outside as well. Katie, you talked about field trips. They've been really popular with folks who come to the center every day, and then someone who just maybe this is the one way that they connect. And tell us about some of the field trips coming up this fall.
Sure, we definitely have a great lineup of seasonal trips. We are going on a couple of foliage tours. So one will be up in the White Mountains. We also have one in the southwestern part of the state. We'll also be going to the Andreas Art Institute, which is the largest outdoor sculpture art park in New Hampshire. And for two of the trips, we're going to Parker's Maple Barn. So that has been a big highlight.
I love that place.
Yeah, people have already started to talk about going to Parker's Maple Barn and enjoying that for this season. A little later in the fall, we'll be doing some, again, kind of festive seasonal trips, looking at holiday lights tours, going on holiday shopping trips. So we definitely have a lot coming down the pipeline that really anybody can participate in. Again, these are trips that are open to all levels. Somebody who's active and maybe somebody who's aspiring to be more active but isn't quite there yet.
That's great. And how would someone sign up for these trips? Or any of these programs, actually?
We have signups available right in the building. So if you stop by our Welcome Center, the Welcome Center team is always ready to help and answer any questions. We do also have a website where registration is available. We also have more information in our Center for Older Adults newsletter about how to sign up and when programs are and what the fees are.
You can pick up those. There's also a program guide, I think, that goes out. And that program guide you can pick up at the grocery store. They're at the library, the same with the newsletter. They're all around everywhere as well. I should mention our website is graniteymca.org. So if you want to go there, and you can check out some of the activities that are on there for older adults. Annalise, coming up is a craft fair or Healthy Seniors Day. Coming up, what's the
September 15th. Yep.
So tell us a little bit about that.
It will be September 15th from 10 in the morning till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll be set up on our Camp Half Moon property somewhere out and back with access to our center, and there'll be activities going on within the center, some demos to highlight Healthy Senior Day, as well as vendors will be set up where people can just kind of stroll through and look at various crafters from the area, selling jewelry, knitting, whole slew of different things. Katie, do you want to share a little bit about what our center's been working on in regards to the the projects they've been working on, the knitting projects and all
Sure,
that.
absolutely. So as part of the craft fair component of Healthy Senior Day and Craft Fair, our older adults here at the center have been working on a variety of different great projects that they're going to be selling out of spaces that we have at the craft fair. Sewing projects, knitting projects, again, definitely great seasonal items as we get into the cooler weather, scarves and hats. We are very excited about the day. Again, we're offering quite a bit both inside of the building and outside of the building. Even though it is Healthy Senior Day and it's a celebration of seniors, it's really a day that's open to anybody. We'd love for families, adults in the community to come in and just find out what we offer for older adults, but then also enjoy the craft fair, get a little bit of a head start on some early holiday shopping, and again, see what talents our members and people in the community have.
Great. And I should also mention, as there are all these things going on, it's very easy. The center's open, what time again in the morning?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. So the center's open at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's a time when there's a good amount of parking. We do have a more accessible entrance to the center. It's called our express entrance, and it's kind of to the left as you pull in the parking area. If you go over the left side, you'll see the entrance there, and you can go in there, and it makes it easy. It's all accessible. There's an elevator down to that floor where it is. It's not a big walk, and so we really don't want to just make it about people that are quote-unquote active, because they're all levels of activity. The hope is that we'll get, you might be listening to this right now, and you're home, and you're thinking, oh, that's such a hassle. And there's transportation that you can get 3 days a week through a grant that the town of Goffstown's received. You can receive free transportation, and if you go to our website, you'll see the phone number for that, or you can go to the town of Goffstown's website as well. But through the Manchester Regional Transit System, there's a bus, and you can call for the bus, and just they'll pick you up, and they'll bring you to the Allard Center. You can come to the center, do any of these activities, hang out, and then they'll bring you back at whatever time you schedule with them. And a few folks are doing that, and we'd love to see that ridership pick up. And if we get enough activity, we might be able to expand the service to the community for that. So, what else can you guys share with us? What else is going on that we should know about this fall?
One of the biggest things, most popular things that has taken off in the center over this past year was our canvas painting classes that we were offering, and a lot of our art things. So we have a wonderful instructor that comes in, and she does canvas paintings with small groups. So we take 6 to 8 people, various paintings. Each month there's a new theme. We've started to kind of use some of those, so people who missed out on previous paintings can now hop in on those. So we actually have 2 canvas painting options each month from now through the whole winter, through December at least. And then we're also offering an intro to art class, so people can learn how to use different mediums and different things to kind of progress towards those bigger art projects. So there's a couple of those things that are coming up, and people seem really excited about the art. I'd say trips and art are the most popular things that we have going on down in the center.
And the neat thing about that is those are groups of people that just sort of, it's like the pickleball. They just sort of like being together, and it's a very social activity. And I've noticed that there's knitting going on down there too.
Yep.
I don't know the difference between knitting and crocheting and any of that stuff, but I see there's a lot of that sort of activity going on. And if someone comes in to do those things, whether it's the art class or it'll be some knitting or whatever, do they have to have their own supplies when they come in, or how does that work?
Nope, we have all the supplies needed, including some crochet hooks and some knitting needles to get people going. We've had some very generous people donate yarn and all of those things, so we have some stuff to get people going to at least see the basics and learn how to do it. We also have open crafting time, so a lot of people that come in and maybe don't have the supplies at home that are working on a project within one of our art classes then come to the open crafting time, and they can finish their projects and use some of our supplies that we have available, paintbrushes and easels for painting and all of those things. So we have quite a few things down there for everybody.
Tell me, I don't want to leave this without talking about some of the opportunities for people to increase their mobility, their ability just to get around and do things. I know I've talked to a lot of folks in the building. Someone will come in and they'll say, I've been only coming here for 2 months, but I've been sitting in on the particular class, or I've been doing water aerobics or something, limber limbs, and now I can do this, or I can pick up this, or I can work in my kitchen. I mean, the stories I hear are crazy, the things that are going on. Can you maybe just share a little bit about what some of those classes are, some of those opportunities that folks have to really kind of improve, and maybe share some of the results that you've seen, some of the stories you've heard?
Sure. So I'm on the pool mostly, so a lot of times we don't see people or get to know new people until they've injured something or they can't run anymore. Those are the times we start to see adults that are looking to get away from some of the higher impact activities, so they hop in the pool. So low impact, we have 2 different pools here at the Allard Center. We have a smaller, which more therapy-like pool, which is kept about 90 degrees. And then we have our lap pool, which is still kept pretty warm. It's about 82 to 83 degrees, which we offer classes in as well. But our smaller therapy pool is where I would say a lot of new to water people kind of end up. But there's arthritis class, we have a fibromyalgia class, and we have a limber limbs class. So all of those kind of have their own focus, from mobility, range of motion, stretching. There's a little bit of intensity in them, but not quite what you would see in the lap pool classes. The lap pool classes have a little bit higher intensity. You can work a little harder because the water is not so warm, and keeps your body temperature more regulated. But we have deep water classes, shallow water classes, high intensity in the water. But the cool thing about the water is you can work as hard as you want to. The water's your resistance, and you create that. So there's really not a whole lot of equipment you need other than your hands and your feet, and you can kind of create your own resistance for the water workouts. So
I know some of the men and women that are in there, and they talk about how they can't go down into fitness or do one of the group exercise classes, but they can do this. This is the one thing that they can do. And I mean, they're such a loyal, faithful group. They're there all the time because they know this is their way to just keep it going, keep moving. And one question about that: can someone just come any particular time and join, or do they have to wait for a new session to begin? How does that work?
The water exercise classes are all ongoing. They're all drop-in based, so you have no need to sign up. The only thing that I usually encourage new participants to do is to pick a class that seems appropriate or ask. Myself or any of the other aquatics team would be happy to kind of guide you in the right direction. But when you do come to the class for the first time, just check in with the instructor and say, hey, I'm new, anything I should know, and introduce yourself, because they do want to help, and they have some good insight and can always kind of tell you the tricks, like stay in the front will help, you can see me better, and here's this other person, they've been doing the class for 10 years, and they'll do a little buddy system, and to help make everybody feel pretty welcome. So
and the music's usually pretty good there.
The music is usually pretty good. So
hey Katie, just quickly tell us about over on your side of things, group exercise classes and some of the classes like Tai Chi Quan and so forth, Better Balance. Talk about that if you would, just a little bit.
Sure, absolutely. It's definitely important to us here to make sure that people realize that exercise doesn't have to look one way, and so we try to offer activity options for all levels. We have a great program that we've run here for several years at this point called Tai Chi Chuan, Moving for Better Balance, and it's made a great impact on the older adults who have been coming to our Y. It's a great program that works on reducing fall risk. So for someone who is challenged with their balance, as we get older, sometimes that becomes a little bit of an issue. Maybe there are other medical conditions going on that tie into that, but it's a program that's basically open to anybody who can weight bear, and again, works on reducing someone's fall risk so that they can just have a better quality of life. The stories I've heard coming out of that class about, again, the impact that people have felt from participating, being able to be more active with their grandkids, not having fear about going out when it's raining or a little snowy. Again, it really makes a big difference in their lives to participate in this and just have that confidence. We also offer other land-based exercise well. We have seated exercise classes for, again, folks who need a place to start. We have a great class we offer called Wheelchair Health and Motion, which is not only for individuals who use wheelchairs, but also anyone who deals with lower mobility. So somebody, again, who maybe has some balance challenges or a prosthesis or anything along those lines, that's a great all levels class as well. We offer yoga, chair yoga, gentle yoga for older adults. We offer Zumba Gold, which is basically a Latin dance-inspired class geared towards older adults and beginner exercisers. So again, we really have the gamut. Whatever condition you're currently in, wherever you're at, we've got something that we can meet you where you're at, and we want you to be able to come in and participate and feel successful and meet people and have a good time.
And I think pretty much all, maybe except for the Tai Chi Chuan, are free.
Correct.
If you're a member of the YMCA,
Correct. Yep.
those are free. And just sort of as we close out, I want to let you know that we are a nonprofit organization, and so because we're a nonprofit organization, we have something called Membership for All, and that means, depending on your ability, we can lower the rate down to zero, actually, so that you can become a member at the Y and not have to worry about that financial burden. If you can just a basic demonstration of financial need, and we can help you with that. And that's the same with any programs that do have a cost attached. I mean, we can provide program assistance as well. So please don't let that be a barrier. Sort of any last parting words you'd like to share besides the free coffee? Come down for free coffee and come down to get to meet a lot of people and just sort of have a place to be and belong. Is there anything else we should cover here?
Just looking forward to hopefully seeing everybody at our Healthy Senior Day on September 15th, and it's a great opportunity to come see some of the things that we have to offer. A lot of what we've talked about will be, there'll be demos for that, and see our space and meet our staff, and be a good opportunity to kind of see everything.
And that's all here at the YMCA Allard Center in Goffstown. We're on the back road in Goffstown, and again, our website is graniteymca.org. And Elise, Katie, thank you so much for joining me here today.